Contaminating a sample during swabbing is a real threat to the accuracy and effectiveness of your environmental monitoring program. Coronavirus can be transmitted to humans by respiratory droplets and contaminated contact surfaces. Because of this, aseptic technique during sampling is crucial. Let's consider an example. When you receive your results, you find that coronavirus was present in an employee restroom. What will you do? The short answer is that you will clean and disinfect the area and continue to monitor the environment and your staff. But what if that positive result was caused by contamination during sampling? Perhaps your sampler is an asymptomatic carrier of COVID-19, or maybe they picked up the virus at another location while sampling and contaminated the restroom swab inadvertently. If this were the case, time and energy would be spent on the wrong mitigation strategy. This is why aseptic technique during sampling is so important. Good sampling collection technique starts with proper personal protective equipment, also known as PPE. You should wear the personal protective equipment that's appropriate for your work environment. At minimum, you should wear gloves and a mask before beginning to collect your samples. Once your PPE is in place, gather and prepare your sampling supplies and begin sampling per your environmental monitoring program. Keeping in mind that during the period between when you open the sample container and when you screw it shut, there is a risk of sample contamination. Here are 5 critical things to consider. First, do not unscrew the cap of the sample container until you are at the site specified. The longer the vial remains open, the greater the risk of contamination from aerosolized droplets. Second, do not allow the end of the sample swab to touch the edge of the tube. Your goal should be to minimize contact with any surface other than the one you are sampling. Third, do not touch the swab or any part of the stem when taking your samples. Fourth, make certain the swab only touches the site you are sampling and not nearby surfaces, which would otherwise not be documented on your sample collection form. Fifth, return the swab to its tube carefully and screw it closed completely so that it cannot be contaminated during return shipment. If the swab inadvertently becomes contaminated, then discard and re-swab using a new swab. If you have any questions, please reach out to your Eurofins representative for assistance. We are actively standing by to support you. Thank you for choosing Eurofins to help keep you and your team safer at work.